Hey, part three. Hey, I'm still working this Fire Rock Pale Ale. I decided to start a part three because I was starting to, I was creeping up on 5 minutes and I kicked the thing and messed up my soundtrack. So I thought, well, let's start again. And I was just starting, not necessarily a new subject, but a different portion of the same subject, which is we're talking about beer evangelism, beer geekism, and the sort. I was about to talk about social media groups for craft beer geeks like myself. I started getting involved with some groups on Facebook, and one of the very first ones I joined was called Beer Drinkers United on Facebook. And at the time, I liked that group a lot because it had a lot of diversity. It still does. I mean, that's what the great thing about that particular group is. It has a lot of diversity. It has many European members, so you've got a lot of cross section of beer. And I've actually learned a lot, or I've learned about different beers from that side and many others. But that's why that one I like. Another one that I'm probably the most active in at the moment is Honest Craft Beer Reviews. That's an awesome group because, well, I think it's the best group that I've seen on Facebook or any social media site for that matter, for pure beer knowledge. If you're looking for guys that really know their stuff, that's the group you want to be in. I mean, I'm in the group mostly as an enthusiast, but there are some honest to goodness experts. There are some guys that really know the craft beer industry that have traveled extensively around the world to various breweries, and know a lot of brewers personally. And I'm not going to drop any names. I don't know if they want their names mentioned, so I'll mention them later if they would like me to put their names in. But if you want to be in a group that really knows beer, I mean, if it's about learning about beers and styles and what that means in beer history, Honest Craft Beer Reviews is the best group for that. There's a few others I'm involved in. The League of Extraordinary Beer Drinkers isn't bad. There's a lot of beer knowledge in that group as well. It's very active, and there's a lot of members in that group. So again, these what makes these groups great is they post styles or post pictures and videos of different beers that may not be available to you. Now, some people don't like that, but that's what I like about the social media is I've learned about so many beers that I would have never heard of. And I've been able to connect with a lot of people and have done various beer trades and have been able to try beers that aren't available to me because of social media. So I think social media is wow, is integral to the craft beer industry. I mean, I don't know if the craft beer industry doesn't survive because of social media, but I think social media certainly helps the craft beer industry grow because it allows you to connect. I mean, there's a lot of styles that I know of now because, or not necessarily styles, but breweries and particular beers. I mean, if it wouldn't have been for Facebook, I probably would have never had Hetty Topper or even heard of it. But I heard of it, and a friend sent me a can, and there you go. And I've tried a lot of beers that way. My friend John Brugger sent me some stuff from Jailhouse Brewery that I'd never heard of before. Tom Shipman from the Beer Drinkers United group sent me 6 Point Resin, which is not available to me. Also, Brew Kettle Old 21, which is just oh my gosh, wicked good. So I mean. I don't know how much social media has helped the craft beer industry as far as percentage, but I don't know how you can deny that it certainly is a big part of it because a lot of us have been able to connect because of Facebook and other social media sites, Google Plus, Twitter, whatever. We've been able to connect and talk about different styles. I mean, I'm going to make a trip later on in the year to Kentucky. New Albany, Indiana, to see New Albany brewery because of somebody I met through the internet and beer. John Sharon, who just sent me uh, 3 bottles from New Albanian Brewing Company. He sent me the Tricentennial Ale, the Hoptimus, and the Elector Imperial Red. So I mean, yeah, I mean, wow. you know, I think a lot of the stuff gets forgotten. In fact, I wasn't even thinking how important social media is to craft beer industry until I was sitting here talking about it with you, and all of a sudden I'm realizing how important it is. Extremely important. I mean, I've connected with a lot of people that I would have never met otherwise, and we've been talking. I mean, I've sent some others to my friend the Brew Guru, and he's done a review. So I mean, this is how stuff gets going. I mean, that now he's singing the praises of Mother's Brewery. I'm singing the praises of Jailhouse, all because of social media. So social media plays a huge part, huge part in a craft beer industry. How about that? Hey, sometimes it takes me a long time to make a point, but I usually get there. You go a long way around the bar, Tom. Yes, I do. Sorry about that. Hmm. So this looks like a good place to take a break. Let's end part 3 of Tom's, beer geekism or beer evangelism or whatever you like to call it.